Hi, Leo. This is Carrie Mubarak at wooingnature.life. Welcome to August. This is your reading. I will be reading today from the Soul Cards. I'll be pulling one card from the Soul Cards deck. And then I will also be pulling three cards from the Enchanted map. After that, we will pull out the Tarot Illuminati and we'll see where that leads us. And that will conclude our August reading, but we're at the beginning now. Thank goodness. So I'm going to be pulling just one card, like I said, from the Soul Cards, just to give us some direction. This is direction for Leo for the month of August. Just a focus, something to start with, something that we're going to wrap our mind around moving forward for the month of August. Just one card. Woo, just one. There it is. All right, let's see what you got here. Oh boy, I love this card. This is like you listening to your inner child, Leo. That's what it is. Look at that little soul looking up to someone much wiser and much more knowledgeable here and learning and being open. But I see this being a two-way street. I see you listening to your inner child or listening to a child, because out of the mouths of babes and sucklings, you know, is truth at its core, at its essence. So why not listen to your own inner child? Because that's your truth, okay? But if you can't reach back that far, then listen to the children around you. At the same time, you yourself, Leo, can then be an influence on someone else who is listening. For those of you who are parents, this is a really good lesson too, because yes, our children are listening to us and they're paying attention to us, and our children also look up to us and they look to us for answers. But there's nothing wrong with listening to your children, because you do need to listen to your children. That's very important. Okay, so we're it goes both ways. So for those of you who are around children, if you're teachers or if you're around young people, this is a perfect scenario for you, because you can be listening to these little souls um, that are open. Their spirits are open and their spirits are free, and they see things that we don't always see. So, yeah, I definitely see you listening to your inner spirit, or listening to your inner child spirit, or to children who are those inner spirits. I know I'm repeating myself, but I'm going to stop in a minute. Okay, I'm going to go right to the Enchanted map. I go to the Enchanted map for direction. If you need direction, you always pull out the map and see where you're headed and see where you're going. So this is in relationship to the card that we pulled from the soul cards. We're looking at that inner child. We're listening to that inner spirit. We're also listening to the, listening with a sense of wonder, not with what you already know, but with this, with the open mind and an open heart. All right. All right, so the first card up we have is the Wizard of Awareness. Okay, so to me, I see this as being the wizard spirit. I see this young child with these eyes wide open as being awareness. And so that's where the wisdom is coming from. It's coming from awareness, and awareness happens when we aren't clouded with our own baggage, with our own thoughts, with what we think we know already. It's like being very open and being observant and being willing to be open to receive the messages from wherever they come from. And then look what we have here, education. That makes me automatically think about children. It's about learning, and it's about learning from someone else. Look at this girl. She has a book in her hand, but look at this egret, or this, stork, or whatever this is, that's trying to get her attention. So sometimes you have to pull away from the knowledge that's already been written so that you can receive some new knowledge of yourself. And that is ultimately the education there. The Wizard of Awareness is card number 3. That's when two things come together. Here we're talking about that inner child and your adult self coming together. And then that being something to create something new, or to create a new avenue for you to walk down, or to create a new experience for you. Also, threes are creative, so it may be something creative that some of you are trying to do right now. And if it is something creative that you want to do, then being open and having a childlike sense of wonder is only going to make you be more creative. Children have wonderful imaginations. So I'm getting there that you are going to learn from this, that you're learning from this experience. And the last card is about being encouraged, encouraging. And there again, we have this other adult child image. We have this adult, or this full grown giraffe, and then we have this baby giraffe calf right here that's being encouraged by this older one. And so encourage that communication between you and the young people that are around you. Be a good listener. Let children know that you are a listening adult, not the adult that's always trying to tell somebody what to do. Now, there's times when you got to tell them what to do now. I'm not saying let them run the thing. But what I'm saying is, when it's time for you to listen to that little soul, then take that time out and listen. Because once they grow up, they're not going to be that way anymore. So if you're listening to a child that's around you, listen. If you're listening to the child within you, don't let that child within you grow up so much that you forget that it's there. And it's just being encouraged and being encouraging and knowing that that's the path for you to go on. So this is a learning time for you. This is a learning time for you, Leo. It's a time for you to be open to listen and to receive the messages that are coming through, especially from those places of innocence and openness and awareness. All right, so we are moving right into the tarot. We have the Seven of Swords coming in reverse. For me, Seven of Swords is about someone or yourself or someone trying to get away with something, or trying to it's like being robbed of something. Could be some of you were robbed of your childhood. Okay. This is a way, certainly, if you've been robbed of your childhood, to get your childhood back, to find your way back to your inner child. Nothing wrong with that. We've got the Six of Wands coming in reverse. This is the card of victory and accomplishment. So I'm feeling right now, Leo, that you're not feeling accomplished, and maybe you're not feeling accomplished because of this inner child work that has to be done. Looks like inner child work for you. Makes sense, right? If you haven't been feeling successful in your efforts, it's because of something that relates back to your childhood. Yeah, we have an Ace of Wands. Ace of Wands is in reverse here. You're not able to grab hold of your confidence. You're not able to take that fire that's in you, that spark of life and light. And you all are fire signs, so you know how to deal with the fire and with the light. But it seems like right now you're not able to grab it. You're not able to hold it. You may not be able to hold the charge. And I feel strongly that it's because of something from your childhood. Something that got taken from you. It could be somebody kind of stamped out your spirit. You might have been that little fiery Leo somebody, and somebody said, go sit down. Don't nobody want to hear all that stuff you're talking about. Somebody wants to hear it. Somebody wants to hear it. You need to be heard. Leos definitely need to be heard, because Leo always Leo always wants to be heard, so why not, right? Yeah, I feel like that may be where it's coming from. So you're going to do some inner child work, definitely. You got the lovers in reverse here. You got to love yourself. You got to love all of yourself. You got to learn both sides of yourself. Probably that part that somebody tried to stamp out is the part you're trying to get back into your life and into your cipher, into your personal cipher, into the cipher of one, right? That's what you need to do. We have the Prince of Wands also coming in reverse. I promise you every card in here is not in reverse because I shuffled them around. But again, we've got some work that needs to be done. And when that work needs to be done, then you know, yeah, it may be coming in upside down. You may be feeling upside down. You may be feeling like you're not right side up. Okay? Prince of Wands here. There again, we've got the fire of the spirit again. We've got your fiery self. Ooh, wow. You know, I really do feel like that's what's going on for some of you, Leo spirits. Come on. Let me tell you something. You all are the fire. Y'all bring the fire. And so I feel like somebody tried to stamp it out. Look at all these wands. Fire, fire, fire. All in reverse. Not feeling confident, not feeling like you're victorious, not feeling like you're accomplished in what you're doing, feeling like, you know, somebody won't just let you charge ahead and be you. You know, you're powerful, you're strong, you know how to stand up on your own. But for whatever reasons, you're not feeling that. You're not feeling like this belongs to you and that you have every right to wield your power. You're not feeling that. It comes from this. This is from the past. Somebody trying to take your fire, trying to steal your fire. And then look what we've got here. We got the five of what else? Wands, conflict. Conflict in your spirit. Your spirit is conflicted. That's the one thing that came in upright is this conflict. So this conflict is very much present in your life right now. And then we've got the Nine of Wands coming in with it, which is feeling overwhelmed by it and trying to figure out what to do. You're trying to get through the gateway. You're trying to find your brand of success. You're trying to find your brand of success, and it's being blocked. Really, it's being blocked by the powerful things that are inside of you that you can't get past or that you can't see past right now, because you're still working with this inner child work. Okay? So that's why it's important for you to listen to children right now. The inner child within you and also children in general, because somebody didn't listen to you when you were a child. So don't perpetuate that. Don't keep that thing going. Okay? Don't get that going. We have the Two of Cups in reverse. That could be in some way affecting your relationships with other people, because really you're not acting in your full self. So when you get in another relationship with somebody, there's bound to be problems because you're not acting out of your full self. And other people sense that. They might not be able to tell you that. They may not be able to articulate it in those words, but basically that's what's happening. You're in a relationship where only part of you is present. And then the other person that's with you is like, you know what, you're hiding something, or I feel like you're hiding something, or they become suspicious, or they don't feel connected. Or it could be a situation where you're with somebody that you don't need to be with, and you're struggling, trying to figure out why it's not working, when really the deal is that you have not embodied the fullness of your soul, because somebody stamped it out of you from the beginning. So you could be telling your partner or your partner, well, hey, why don't you sit down? You could be kicking the dog. So you got to deal with this inner child work. Deal with the inner child in you. That's so important right now. Look, we've got the King of Cups here in reverse. along with the Ten of Cups. Now, the Ten of Cups represents what your dream is. It represents you being able to have all of your wishes fulfilled and have a sense of contentment and have what it is that you want. Now, I'm not talking about goods and things and objects and stuff that you can buy off Amazon. I'm talking about inner peace and inner joy, which is really what you want. But we've got this King of Cups in reverse, which tells me that you are not able to fully give of yourself. You're not, you haven't reached that level of mastery where you can truly give of yourself because part of yourself was stripped. Part of yourself was stamped down. So how can you give of yourself in love and with love when you've got to first embody the love in yourself? And that's what this King of Cups is saying. Because when you embody self-love and you are operating in the upright King of Cups energy, then your relationships will be different. Not just love relationships, but relationships with all kinds of people will be very different. And you'll be able to bring out your giving nature, which is what people aren't seeing. And they're not able to see it because you aren't able to give it because you forgot where it is. You've got to go relocate it. You got to go find it. That's some soul diving. Got to do a little soul diving. What did I tell you? Moon in reverse. That's that psyche stuff. That's that subliminal messaging stuff. That is going into your inner psyche and dealing with what? The disappointments, the sadness. That's the Three of Swords coming in reverse here. The disappointments, the sadness, the heartbreak. And the heartbreak in this case is that fiery part of you, that soul part of you, that effervescent Leo self that's in here has to come out. And then we have the World, which is the finish line. Okay? You're coming to the finish line on that. And the way to complete that process is by doing the inner child work. Just do the inner child work. Just do it. There we go. Ace of Cups in reverse. This is about being able to appreciate the heart, appreciate your emotional state, being able to give from the heart, being able to receive love, being able to be at peace, being able to grow, being able to shine, being able to bring all of your beautiful jewels. There's jewels in here, Leo. You are a jewel, Leo. So that's what this is. That's a beautiful thing. I know it's hard work, but it's a beautiful thing. And the reason why I'm saying that is because it is hard to go back to our painful past. And it's also hard when we have spent so much time away from our inner child to go back and be able to retrieve that inner child from your soul. That's a soul retrieval. That's what we're talking about. And it seems daunting. It seems like, oh, well, I don't know where to start. Start with your earliest memories and walk your way up. You've got 30 days, half September, April, June, and November. All the rest have 31. So you got 31 days in August. Every day that you think about it, and try to let it be every day, retrace your steps. Remind yourself of who you were before the change happened, before something or an idea or subliminal message or somebody's harsh words or harsh actions caused you to forget that joyful, full of wonder, eyes full of wonder, child within you. And the thing of it is that though it may be hard to deal with why it left, when you go and you see that inner child, when you go and you see the little wonder and the joy and you're being open, that's a good feeling. You're going to end up with a good feeling. So don't be afraid to go there. Don't be afraid to go to the depths of this. It's not about blaming other people. It's not about being a victim of somebody else's verbal, mental, emotional, or physical abuse. Certainly, if you're dealing with issues of abuse from childhood, then you'll want to call the hotlines or you'll want to connect with your therapist and work through that. I always encourage everyone, if you're doing intuitive work, work simultaneously with your healthcare professionals. You know, it's a group effort here. Um, but yeah, talk to them about that and sit on the couch if you need to. But if you can do the work on your own and it doesn't cause too much triggering and trauma resurfacing, then you can also do it through prayer and meditation as well. But certainly, if there's trauma involved, then I would highly recommend you have somebody to mediate that process for you. Even if you're doing a soul retrieval, make sure you get somebody reputable to do that for you. Any other messages for Leo? This was a lot in a little bit of time, I'll be honest with you. So this card, the Prince of Swords in reverse, tells me don't try to rush this. Take your time. Take your time. Again, let August be that time for you to re-educate yourself about who you are and re-educate yourself about what happened in your past and also re-educate yourself about how you can retrieve some of that and move forward. Again, pay attention to any interactions that you have with children. Anytime that you get an opportunity to be around children, be open and listen. They might say little things. Sometimes you be walking by and a child come up in and say something to you. You know they're open vessels. So sometimes the spirit will come right through a child for you. And you be like, oh, yeah, I got to go deal with that, you know. So don't be opposed to that at all. Don't be opposed to it. Are there any other messages for Leo for the month of August? Okay, Three of Pentacles here says that there's going to be a new order. There's going to be a new order for you after this happens. After you do this work, you're going to have a set of new rules. And those rules are going to come through quite tangibly for you. It may almost be a no-brainer, like as soon as the work gets done and you start to delineate these issues and you start to clarify them and you start to get the clarity, it's like almost immediately you're going to be like, nope, not going to do that anymore. Guess what? I'm not going to be listening to you when you start yakking about what I am and how I am. When I come out and I burst forth with all of my full flavor, I don't want to hear about it. That's this. New rules. So, but that will come in time. Again, be patient with yourself. Be gentle with yourself. Treat this as new lessons. Be aware. Let your wisdom shine through. Let your inner wisdom, let your inner child wisdom come through. And as always, you are going to be encouraged. I just encourage you to do this work. I think it's very, very powerful. And I think you're going to find it to be completely liberating, Leo. I really do believe that. If you feel like you want to take a deeper dive, if you feel like you need to get a personal reading so you can hone in on exactly where this fits for you, don't hesitate to reach out to me. I am at Kerri, Kerri, at wooingnature.life. As always, I hope you have a great August and a fruitful August. And I also hope you have a wonderful life.